Hey guys, this is Primeval, back with part 17 of our playthrough of Deity Challenge 12. Here, I think we'll both get you guys and myself reacquainted with what's happening with this game, since it's been about a week since I last played. So, after Harold repeatedly sent units through this choke, he finally smartened up and sent a huge army over on Persepolis, the old Persian capital. We've been training units for a while here, and we also bought a few units in the last episode, so we have a bunch of artillery standing by to make what will hopefully be short work of this army. And we're also sieging Busan. We've got a couple artillery pieces here, and with another on the way, so that should fall soon. Research-wise, we are one turn away from oil. I believe that's because we popped a great scientist fairly recently. And then after that, we'll go and grab a flight. With our empire being this large, we're guaranteed to have oil, or almost guaranteed. Our workers will have to go and get that stuff online, but then there's flight. If we were going for a longer game, I might then go up towards plastics for some research labs, but let's just try to finish this off in a quick military push. So after that, I think it'll be combustion, and then over to combined arms or radar. Actually, yeah, flight, right over to radar for the bombers actually makes more sense. So let's go biology, flight, and then radar. So, at this point in the game, since we are getting close to being the tech leader, we're close to being the production leader as well, and our army is doing pretty well. At this stage in the game, we are pretty much a lock to win. I mean, we'll run into some hiccups, and I'll start paying a little less attention and end up, maybe not making the best plays, but actually, I won't say that. So for those of you who still think the game is pretty tight, hang on to that suspense. Maybe it is tight. Maybe that'll add to your enjoyment of the series. So anyways, let's get moving with the next turn. Okay, so what do we have here? Caesar has declared war on Nebuchadnezzar and their city-states. We've got many ski infantry. Some range attacks that we can do as well. We can adopt our next policy here. Let's grab free thought, and that'll help push us over to bombers a lot sooner. Another city bombard for us here. Let's see what the artillery can do first. So Harold really does have quite a force here. It'll make our efforts to take Tyr a little more difficult. The Korean riflemen are advancing here, and our workers have just finished a rail network to Persepolis. So we have the 25% production bonus there. And we also have a railway to Truro and to Dublin. Or that's actually what we should work on next. So let's go and do that. There's one last worker. Well, we do want to have people spread around. Well, we discovered biology there, so let's see where our oil is. We didn't get any pop-ups for the oil, so none of it's currently within our territory. 7 oil, and there's some oil up there. Zurich has some oil, and so we didn't actually have much oil. We'll go and send this worker to go and improve this oil tile, although that's not within 3 range of our city, so we won't be able to buy that tile either. go and look. We're not expanding to the oil next anyways. Oil. Where is all of the oil? Alright, so the oil here looks like our only option. We could always pay a city-state to improve an oil for us. There's a 7 oil here. Give a gift. 200 to improve a resource, so once we get flight, paying Zurich to get this oil online might actually be the fastest thing. We do have a lot of spare great generals, so we could just go and use a general to immediately improve that oil, or drop the citadel right here, and then perhaps we'll eventually expand to that other 7 oil. So that's also an option for us. Most of our great generals are over here, and if we lose Susa, we'll lose that great general. So I guess once we clean up the Danish army, we can send a great general back to grab that oil. So that means that this worker can work on the railway instead. Alright, so let's start taking down these units. Okay, that's good. Stay on alert there. This railway is done. Okay. So Caesar wants open borders. I don't really have a problem with that. 35 gold. Forget it, Caesar. So Korea is continuing to build a lot of wonders. Those will be nice once we go and capture Korea, or Seoul rather, the Korean capital. And it seems like Korea is focusing their forces on the Greek city here. So we've got a lot of ski infantry. Looks like they came around this way just to get at Susa. So they're totally ignoring Persepolis. Let's go deal our damage. Keep shelling Busan here. Nothing really in range. If I had line of sight on tier, that would be nice. I guess we'll bring this artillery down so that we can pound away on the Danish units. Next turn, alert. You can hang out there, and these guys want that rail network finished. Okay, so I don't think I want to annex Warsaw. It doesn't have the most production, although it is working on it's working on an arsenal, which isn't really that useful for us, since no one's likely to attack Warsaw. So I'm not going to go and build a railway connection to them. All of the cities down here are hooked up. We could work on a rail network to Susa, just so that we'll be able to bring troops towards the new front line more rapidly. But it's not really safe to send workers there right now. So maybe, since I can afford it, I'll go and start building a rail network towards Ragusa, since I've actually never ran a rail network through a city-state before. Since the trade network does work through friendly city-states, I'm assuming the rail network will as well, but may as well find out. We can do a live experiment. And here, we can go repair that quarry. Unfortunately, we don't have any oil within our territory. And this great general can probably just go to sleep there. Although, perhaps it'd be safer if he hid out over there. Okay, we just finished a military academy. We could grab a bank while we're waiting for bombers. Perhaps I'll go and grab myself a few more mobile units. Okay, we'll get cavalry here and artillery where we have all of the experience generating buildings. So we lost our rifleman, who we just paid to upgrade last turn. Someone's gone and built the Louvre. Almaty, Jerusalem, we lost a bunch of support in Jerusalem, but it's still ours. Lots of ski infantry. Okay. And this guy, I guess, could move out here. That's pretty risky. Okay, so the Korean units are starting to spread their line more towards where our units are, bringing them into our range fire. So I should have left this crossbowman here, since now I see we had a target. But I was thinking he might want to go and deal with some of those units. I guess we may as well finish that guy off and continue our shelling of Busan. Go and retreat our great generals. Choose reduction. Let's grab a cavalry. In my previous video, I referred to the cavalry as cavalry instead of cavalry, which apparently bothers some people quite a bit. Anyways, we're not giving Athens to Korea. So cavalry is correct, but cavalry does roll off the tongue a little more easily, and is a fairly common way of referring to the mounted military unit. So I'll try to go with the correct pronunciation as often as possible. However, I will likely switch between the two depending on how much attention I'm paying to that. So here it's just a lot of turns, knocking down units or city strength. Not really the most exciting stuff to see. Well, I'll stop saying that because those of you who are enjoying it, I don't want to take away from that enjoyment. Not really the most exciting stuff to play, is definitely fair to say. Here, don't really have anything else to do. Let's get these units over to build that experimental railway through Ragusa, and we can go and repair that camp while we're at it. So the Koreans have withdrawn their units here. Let's go and deal some damage there. Okay, so 3 artillery pieces with range on Busan should be within capturing health in the next turn or two. Meanwhile, can bring the last artillery into range. I guess we'll leave him here. And bring that crossbow there. We lost our trade route with Susa. We can also purchase something. We're going to save that faith for a great scientist. Finished an artillery. Let's grab a mounted unit just in case we lose the Lancer here. Okay, so we just got a great scientist. Now, if we were going for a science victory, I might stockpile all my great scientists until we get close to our optimal science per turn. So once we have all of our research labs up and employed. And that's because great scientists give you a bonus number of beakers, or science points that allow you to research texts, equal to, or not equal to, but based off of your science per turn over the last 8 turns. And so the longer you hold on to your scientists and the higher your science per turn gets, the more science you can get out of them. And so if you're going for a science victory, saving your scientists makes sense. And also, in multiplayer, I like to save my scientists because of how powerful nuclear weapons are. So I try to save them up until I can get the most science out of them to grab the nuclear technologies. But here, since we're just going to try to steamroll the AI in preferably fewer turns, and we're just trying to head our way up towards radar, we can go and pop that great scientist now. So we lost some more of our riflemen there. Yeah, it looks like we did lose riflemen. Susa has been converted. We've got ourselves that great scientist. Let's go bulb him now. We can also shoot at this settler and advance our units. Susa looks like it might be in trouble here. And Tyr is finally fighting back. It might actually be able to kill our artillery there. And our great generals also look like they are going to be in quite a bit of trouble here. So I might have to go and drop the Citadel, although that would lose us a lot of favor with Jerusalem. So I guess we're just going to have to risk losing that great general. Looks like a lot of our great generals are in danger here, so that was careless. We've got aluminum all over the place, or at least in 2 places. So let's go and send our workers to improve that. Here looks like the Koreans are still withdrawing their units. We're getting a little closer to taking Busan down. We have our railway network to Dublin finished, although it doesn't appear to have kicked in yet. Let's go grab an observatory, and yes, we do have the railway production bonus there. Build these tiles, although Ragusa has units in the way here. Let's get a worker over to the front lines so that we can work on that rail network. And here's a cavalry. Okay, so we lost a Gatling gun and a Lancer. So that was the Lancer we had running around up there. And our Gatling gun over by Busan was also taken out by this Lancer. Just a Lancer seems a little surprising. Maybe Korea has some artillery in the fog here. I missed exactly what was dealing damage in the log, or the pop-up displays. It'd be nice if we could review the log, but I'm not really sure if that can be done. So there's a notification log, but it doesn't appear to indicate which units are taking damage. So Quebec City grants us aluminum, and Malta is happy that we have aluminum, and it looks like they're going to get this oil online for us, so that will be nice. It should line up well with when we get radar. So there's that settler. I guess we may as well capture ourselves a worker and go and deal our damage. We could take cover, but Susa didn't take as much damage as I expected, so that's good. This artillery is in a lot of trouble. I guess we may as well run away from all those Danish troops, although this rifleman should be able to finish him off. Let's see. So we have a cavalry unit coming in 6 turns, but we probably want one now just to take out Busan. Let's go and purchase ourselves a cavalry. Should we take up these Lancers or deal our damage to Busan? And boom. Okay, so that rail network is definitely helping us get the artillery to the front lines a lot faster. Let's build that rail network. And here, why don't we go and take Busan down a little more. We could do with a little vision on Suwon there, but vision we do not have. If we had oil, we could start working on some triplanes. I might want to go and pay Zurich to improve their oil. Yeah, let's go and do that now. We have a pretty good grasp on them. So we just got our oil online. Let's start work on a Great War bomber. And here, let's go grab a triplane, since Korea, at the very least, probably has bombers online. Oh yes, so there's one aircraft there. We're taking hits from Great War bombers. So that's probably how our Gatling gun got taken down by that Lancer. It was softened up by a Great War bomber. We lost another artillery, not to Tyr though, but instead to the Danish. Zanzibar gave us oil, so if we just held off one more turn, we could have saved 200 gold, but we're making more than 200 gold a turn anyways. So most of these places, most of our city-states are giving us oil. That's nice, for sure. Let's go and build that railway. And who is in range? Susa looks like it's gonna fall here. And so we're gonna lose another great general, which is definitely not what we want. Go hide the great general over in Jerusalem's lands. And that's a stalemate. And for whatever reason, we've used up most of our movement here. How far can we move the artillery? Fortify. Go and buy ourselves a bomber in Athens. How close can we get to Busan here? That's probably fine for now. So building a rail network to Ragusa looks like it's going to take quite a bit of time. We should probably bring some of these workers home then. In fact, I think we're done with at least one or two of them. We'll have an excess of oil and aluminum. I think there is an aluminum somewhere over here that we should be improving. And that cavalry can stay there. Okay, so we finished a museum. We could work on a triplane here, or a stock exchange. Let's go and grab a triplane. So I don't really need my triplanes to be heavily promoted, and I can use them to perform some air sweeps or air defense against the Korean planes here. So here our artillery are taking a lot of hits from Great War bombers. We're going to need some air defense in the area, and soon. We lost Susa and the great general that was hiding out within. Okay, all of that seems fine. We should be able to take Busan now. Korea has been smart enough not to station any planes in there. If we take Busan, however, the Koreans should be able to take it back fairly easily. Let's see now. We're going to lose this artillery soon. View City. We did actually kill a Great War bomber there, just didn't have the indication. Let's go and create ourselves a puppet, and we can go and promote this guy. Let's go and grab an instant heal on him, and can run up and deal some damage there. We could also use some vision on Suwon. Okay, there they just took Busan back. We lost a worker. I guess that was the worker in Busan. Okay, so we should have enough money to go and purchase a triplane. Not quite. Let's see if we can go and sell something to Caesar. No luxury resources. There's coal to be had. Do you want some coal there, Nebuchadnezzar? Yeah, sure. Alright, so Athens wants a triplane to perform some anti-air. We lost Busan, we lost cavalry. We finished that observatory. Let's go grab ourselves some Great War infantry. Okay, so road. How far can we get? Not that far here. Although with the railway, we might be able to set up and fire, but not close enough to Susa. There we go. Okay, so if we take Susa, create a puppet, and then step out so we don't die, although we've cleared out most of the units there, so you can stay, and we'll just go and advance some more of our artillery. Okay, that one road spot is clear, but civilian units can't pass through military units. The Great War Bomber can go take out that Great War Infantry, triplane. Next turn can start performing some anti-air. This artillery can probably go and hide. That great general can hang out where he is. So we lost another artillery to a bunch of Great War bombers. Harold wants all of our cities. In 3 turns we'll have another cavalry, and then we'll be able to grab Suwon and destroy the 3 aircraft that are stationed there. So the triplane can go and perform interception, and our Great War Bomber will go take down some of these units. It looks like he was intercepted by a plane somewhere. All of my dawdling on the Korean front allowed them to get their airplanes up. So now this fight is going to be a little harder. We should have made a more concerted effort to take down these Korean cities before they got air power. So that's a little frustrating on my part. Now, here's Susa. Roll forward 1 and bombard. Could hide this artillery somewhere, or just leave it injured and let it do whatever damage it can. Okay. There we lost another artillery to barrage from Great War bombers. Although we did gain some experience, well, on our Great War bomber. Let's grab that and we'll heal up. Our triplane hopefully is doing something useful here. Okay, all of this artillery, we'll want to go and inch that forward. Finished that road. Let's go and maybe repair this pasture. Okay, that's fine. I guess we can go and withdraw. We don't need to give the Koreans free kills with their bombers. Okay, Susa was captured. We lost an infantry there, or an artillery, to the ski infantry. But we should be able to recapture Susa without too much trouble. Create a puppet, and okay, so here we've got our second Great War bomber. Go and station him over at Persepolis. Okay, so I think this is where we'll leave part 17, and I'll see you guys in part 18.